Okay, I am back. I have been doing trial and error. I am back to working on my 70 Mustang, and I'm getting ready to put together a paint booth so I can paint this car. And that's what this is all about right here, is a filter system for that paint booth. I went through a lot of trial and error trying to get this paint booth put together. I was going to record the whole building process for you, but I had so much error with my trial that I decided that I wasn't going to record all that error for you. So this is kind of coming down to the end of that. This is the last piece of the system that I'm putting into that system. So I'll show you that in a little bit. This is one of the frames holding the filters that will draw in the air. The air will go in the back this way, come out this way. These filters are white on the back, and then they're green on the front, and the front is kind of tacky. It's kind of a gluey kind of surface to it. It catches the big stuff as it comes in the back, and the smaller stuff gets caught in the tacky part of the filter. So that's going to go in. I'll show you how that goes in a minute. And so let's go get the job done. Okay, this is the inside of what I have finally come up with just to kind of set off my garage as a paint booth. I originally wanted to buy one of those blow-up paint booths. After all this work, you might say to me, why didn't you do that? Because it would have been a lot easier to have done that. Well, yeah, it would have, and it probably even would have been cheaper. But I got to doing some research, and part of that research told me this: don't use those things in the wind. And this is Norco, Southern California. You know what? The wind blows around here every afternoon, 300 days out of the year. And I didn't want to have to put up with a sail outdoors that's going to blow away in the wind while I'm painting. That was the biggest reason. And then the other thing that I found out in the research was those paint booths didn't often exhaust very well, the overspray. And so I wanted to set up a system that could draw out the overspray. And so this is what I've come up with. Let me take you outside for just a moment and show you what I'm doing. Okay, this is my exhaust system. I'm going to pull the overspray and the fumes out of the garage with this series of fans that I have set up with filters on the back to draw out some of the overspray itself. The filter system I have planned into this setup is I have filters in the back and filters in the top. I have a whole doorway in my garage that leads into the other room where I was a while ago. And then on this side, I am setting up one more wall of filters, and that's what I'm doing today. And so I'm going to finish putting the frame up that I just finished up in the other room. Let me show you kind of what I started out with. The thing that I found were these zip poles, the zip wall, they call them. I was going to set up my whole booth with those things. But the thing that I found out, those zip wall poles are made to hold fairly light plastic to keep out dust if you're at a construction job. And they do not hold this heavier plastic very well. And so I ended up finding out that they wouldn't work with this plastic, and then the plastic itself was too heavy for these poles to actually hold in place. And so I found out I needed more support. So I used the walls and the ceiling of my garage itself to hold the plastic. And so that's what I've done, and I have built these filters into this plastic room that I have built here. And up here in front is the filters on the back of the exhaust system, the fans that I just showed you a few minutes ago. And so this is where we are at the moment. So I'm going to put this right here and finish up that wall. I have a fog machine that I'm going to set up and show you how this all works. So I'm going to go over there and get this wall set up. Okay, now what I need to do, probably just nail those to these anchor Okay, what I'm doing right now is I'm going to put a footer down at the bottom of these. I have 3 panels here. And they are going to add some structure to my tent, my painting tent, my paint booth. And it'll help filter the air out. Then I'll cut this plastic away and try to wrap up any leaks I may have that would draw in the dust. Put those all together so they're tight, so the structure is good. And that's what I'm doing right now, putting the footer in down there. That didn't work good. Now, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this on the other side. Yeah, that should do that. wasn't supposed to do that. Okay, now this is pretty much a solid wall that I can anchor the plastic to. I probably ought to get some more of these and do the sides as well. And then I can cut out the part that has the filters in it, and that will let the air through. Okay, I'm going to go cut some more of these. Like it when that happens. Uh-oh, I'm out of bullets. I need to put in some new staples. These are the staples that fit into that gun. Just like this. You have to pull this down to there first. This comes out, and then these staples go right in here, like that. Then you push that button, and it locks them into place. I could have done that with my gloves on, if I'd have been doing it right. That's on a knot right there. So those staples found it hard to go through. However, I think that'll strengthen that board where the knot is. Okay, let's go down here. Okay, I think I need to anchor that down there, and after doing so, I think I can come in. I probably need to think about how I'm going to staple these. I think I can just lap the plastic over, staple the plastic in the wood. And that should be tight enough. I'll kind of lap it into the filter, and that ought to keep out most any extraneous air. The only thing I have is I have to cover this hole. I had another filter in here, and I needed to take it out in order to put this one in. I've got a filter right here. I can even put that around here. Yeah, I can do that. Yeah. Okay. I need to anchor that at the bottom first. Let's see how long of a board I need to cut. That out. Just make that fit. That may be what I need to do. That's what you do. Yeah, there's one over there. And I can do this. Okay, you're going to sit down. Again. You're going to sit down. Okay, so what we need to do is cut this whole section out, but we need to leave enough that we can wrap around so we can hold the outside air out that is not going through the filters. So let's see which way would be the best thing. Okay, good carpet cutting tool, works really well. I didn't want to go that far. I'll have to tape that up. That's okay. I can do that. Okay, I'm going to put some tape on there. Hold that up. This is T-Rex tape. You've heard of Gorilla tape? This is T-Rex tape. get myself some more staples. Well, my battery's dead. So I'm gonna have to do this with a knife, a razor blade. Okay, let's charge it. It'll be ready next time. I'll wait till my cutter charges. Cut that up. Cut that up to fit for tonight. We're done. We'll see you next time, tomorrow. All right.